Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Nerdmodon, and today we have yet again another episode of Would You Rather. This is a video series where I'll be going over approximately 5 questions and answering them in the most appropriate manner. So with the rules and guidelines reviewed, let's start off the episode. So of course, coming in at our first Would You Rather question, I have, would you rather non-stop pee for the rest of your life or non-stop cry for the rest of your life? Now in this specific instance, I'm going to go along with the non-stop cry for the rest of my life, considering that I don't feel like carrying around a bucket for the rest of my life, especially when it comes down to having to urinate in it if I'm going to be going out in public, or even by itself. I don't really feel like sitting on the toilet for the entire day and just kind of doing that as I proceed. So it would definitely be very interesting to see how this stuff would work out, but I feel like crying is just a little bit easier, and I feel like if you explain the circumstances to the people around you, they would probably understand and realize that it's something out of your control. Coming in at our second question, I have, would you rather win a $5,000 shopping spree to any store or win a 10-day free vacation to any destination? Now in my specific instance, I'm going to go along with the 10-day free vacation to any destination, considering that there's a lot of great places in the world that I would like to visit, and I feel like that would just be a really cool opportunity to have presented to me, especially in those instances. Now don't get me wrong, $5,000 is great to spend on stuff, but I'm pretty satisfied by the stuff that I have right now. I don't know if I would be able to use up all $5,000 in an adequate manner, and in many cases I would probably find myself just picking things that I would probably never use, or they would only have a one-take use. Coming in at our third question, I have, would you rather never see the sky again or never see a body of water again? Now when it comes down to it, I feel like I would rather never see a body of water again, considering that I don't really have aspirations to look at water. It's not really something I'm interested in many cases, and every time I do happen to see it, a lot of the times I just don't pay too much of attention to it. I just look at it and glance at it for a brief moment and kind of realize that it's a lake or whatever the case might be. So I feel like never being able to see the sky again would be a lot more dramatic in many cases, considering that, I don't know, the sky is pretty interesting by itself. It's kind of cool to sit down and realize that we are by itself one planet that has life on it, and it really just gets your mind going to think about what's currently out there. So I guess when it comes down to it, I would rather be able to see the sky and not be able to see water if it came down to it. Coming in at our fourth question, I have, would you rather have to sleep 3 hours every day or have to sleep 15 hours every day? And I feel like the easy answer for myself would be to have to sleep 3 hours every day, considering that that would give me 21 hours to be able to utilize and get a lot more done during the day. As it stands right now, I probably get anywhere between 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and I feel like that's pretty common for anybody that does work or even goes to school or anything of the equivalency. I'm sure there's not a ton of deviation there, but if I had the opportunity to go down to 3 hours of sleep and still be able to function on a daily basis, then I would be more than happy to make that sacrifice. And finally, coming in at our fifth question, I have, would you rather see the future or change the past? And I feel like the easy answer for myself would be to see the future, considering that I'm interested to see where I'll be in the next 20 years. It'll definitely be a very interesting experience by itself nonetheless, but it would be interesting to see what my family looks like if I'm married or whatever the case might be, and it's definitely something that I kind of dwell on sometimes to think about what the future upholds. But of course, looking back on the past, there's really not a whole lot I would change. I'm satisfied by the actions that I've done, and I feel like they've made me a better person by itself, so I feel like the future is just a little bit better in that aspect when it comes down to viewing it. But anyway, guys, this has been this episode of Would You Rather. Of course, if you guys would like to recommend some questions for the next installation, feel free to let me know in the comments below, as well as if you guys would like to answer the questions for yourself, feel free to look in the description of the video, considering that they're all linked in there for you guys. But until the next episode, guys, this has been NMO, and I'm going to be signing out, guys. Peace.